What's up, guys? I'm back. Honestly, I decided a little while ago that I was gonna put my YouTube endeavors on hold for a little bit because I realized that I was kind of trying to do too much at once. Something that I'm working on is photography, and I wanted to dial in on that and focus entirely on it. Basically, I don't want to run myself too thin, and I think it's important to focus on like maybe one or two things at once over the next however period of time so I can make the most progress on them. And YouTube is something I didn't want to how do I word this? YouTube is something that when I go in on it, I want to go in on it fully, and dedicate myself to it like a few times a week, whatever. But I was using the cope that, I don't have like a massive following, whatever, I can just kind of ride the wave and just do it whenever. But lately I've been feeling called to make videos, and it's kind of weird, but at the same time I'm just gonna roll with it because I don't know, I guess I don't know why I feel called to make videos, but I want to kind of sit down with you guys about something that I've been thinking about. All right, so if you're motivated to do something, where does that motivation come from? And I've been really asking myself that with YouTube. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Hamza, the self-improvement guy, is literally the reason why I started a YouTube channel. I found him coming up on a year ago now, in 2022. I saw his podcast with Cole Hastings, another YouTuber that I followed pretty extensively back then, and still now here and there. But basically, seeing Hamza's come up really inspired me to just go all in on YouTube. I definitely haven't, but at the very least, he inspired me to start a channel. He inspired me to kind of send it with just starting a channel, right? And I also experimented a little bit with travel vlogging and stuff in my trip to Spain last year, and Bolivia a little bit too. But after a little while, I was really good on uploading consistently for once a week up until basically the new year, from August until the new year, which I'm proud of that I was able to be consistent for that long. But then after a little while, I started to think about it, and I'm like, all right, why am I doing this, right? It's what's the purpose of me starting a YouTube channel? And honestly, my channel doesn't have a solid theme. It's been all over the place. You guys seem to like my reptile content the most so far, but I find myself aligning more with the self-improvement type content because that's the kind of content that I've been consuming myself. But then at the same time, I'm trying to think all right, how was I acting when I was 18, 19, and 20? Well, I was in college. I was debating on my choice of major in college, and that was really it. I was just kind of playing it day by day and just having fun and stuff. But the self-improvement community, the younger you are as a dude getting into it, it's just the ROI on just discovering this community, this lifestyle, all these habits and stuff. The ROI of getting into this early is insane. So it's just all right, what kind of value could I give to someone that's young, but how I used to be? And that's really what I've been struggling with, I guess, because I don't want to just have a YouTube channel to just kind of nonchalantly document my life. That's not gonna freaking take off or anything. I just wanna give out genuine value. And honestly, what I realize I like talking about is, my experiences in general, I guess. I definitely love to get deep. It's really hard nowadays to just find someone that you can get deep with on whatever it might be, right? Just goals, career, lifestyle, life choices. I love getting deep with shit. And also, I'm a software engineer, and I found that a lot of people that I'm friends with who are engineers are very, very forward thinking, and that's something I just love because I'm the same way. And I don't know if it just comes from engineering school or what, but I'm friends with someone where we were about to hit the gym maybe a month ago or whatever. It was his second or third to last day at my company, and he was literally I'm gonna take this job, whatever, and maybe 2 years out I'll be a senior principal, whatever engineer. And it's just it's hilarious how he just locked in this job and he's already thinking 3 or 4 years out, which is awesome. And I just love shit like that. So where am I going with this? I totally just kind of rambled. Well, I realized that a lot of my motivation for making YouTube videos was straight up coming from Hamza, and especially where I respect him and the style of content that he puts out, and I also respect his stepping back from the limelight per se. Now that he's built up this massive audience, he's literally just talking like I am right now. Well, I should say I'm talking like he is. But like that style of content is something that like I genuinely like doing. In order to make it on YouTube, it has to be like, there's like a style of editing that like needs to be like a part of it. But like I like doing this. So I don't know how consistent I'm gonna be with uploads, but I'm gonna keep at it. Like kind of like on the back burner. Whenever I feel inspired to make a YouTube video, I'm just gonna do it, and I'll put my all into that one video, and I'm not going to half-ass it, or I'm gonna try not to half-ass it or anything. But basically, all right, so that was kind of a really big like preamble. So I realized that I was extrinsically motivated to make YouTube videos from Hamza. Hamza's message is awesome. I really respect the guy, but I realized that if I'm gonna get into YouTube, like I said earlier, I wanna give it my all, and I want it to come from me. And I wanna put out there my own message on what I feel somewhat qualified to talk about, right? Like I'm not like a scientist or anything, but with my career experience, maybe like my dating experiences, my like travel experiences, like I wanna put out advice to people, and you can take it and you can run with it if you'd like. If not, that's fine. I'll throw in other interesting stuff that I do, but yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. This was supposed to be a video on like extrinsic versus intrinsic motivation. Literally that's what I sat down here to record, and it turned into this big thing. But anyway, why did I even want to like sit down and make this video? Well, I guess you could say that the thought for this video started back in January. I went to go visit like my best friend who lives in Florida, and we were hanging out, and he knows that I'm like a YouTube junkie, like especially like with self-improvement content and stuff. He's one of the few people I feel like I can get like deep with, which is awesome. And we're always somewhat aligned with our like life trajectory, even though he's on a completely different career than I am. Like just, I want to say spiritually we're aligned, which is kind of cool. It's always been that way, right? Like even like way back in high school. And so we were talking, and he was just like, can I tell you something that might be kind of hard to hear? Essentially, he didn't word it exactly like this, but he said that he feels like he's come to a lot of the same conclusions about himself that I have about myself, but he doesn't consume YouTube like I do. Specifically like self-improvement content. I wasn't offended by it at all, honestly, because he was right. And that kind of stuck with me. And since then, subconsciously, I'm like, all right, because I agreed with him, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to take a step back from YouTube. In some ways, I definitely feel like I have, because there's only so much self-improvement type content that you can consume, because like eventually you have all of the ideals ingrained in your head subconsciously, right? Like there's only so much, like you can keep refeeding the content and stuff. It's just like, it becomes mental masturbation, and I'm trying to focus more on just implementing the stuff that I've learned. You know, like the good habits, like meditating, journaling, whatever. Like I realized that I haven't been making the progress I want to make with my physique, because I totally have been coping and fell off with my diet, but I also haven't been like, you know, in the right headspace, I guess, with like journaling and stuff, whatever. Anyway, so I wanted to take a step back from YouTube, and since I made that decision, it's been a really gradual process for me to come to this realization, but there have been like moments where I've just kind of tried to let myself be bored and just kind of let thoughts just kind of flow, right? This is something that meditation can help you with, where after doing it consistently enough, even though I haven't been like in a flow with it where I've been doing it every day, like this is my first time meditating, or today was my first time meditating in like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. But like once you're in a flow with it and you know how to do it and everything, you start to just notice thoughts arise. Like when I go into a meditation, I almost look at it like, in my head, I picture myself sitting in just pitch black, and I almost picture like trains just going by to like simulate thoughts that are just kind of going by. And it's, I don't know, that's just me. That's how I do it. And meditating, it's something where it's just like, I don't know if there's like a right or wrong or a right way to do it, as long as you're like focusing on your breathing. But when I go into it, that's what I visualize. Anyway, my point was, I let myself be bored. Like, so maybe if I'm at work and I'm like stuck on a problem, I'll try to step away from that, which also helps with the said problem, right? Taking a step away from it. But I won't take my phone. I'll just kind of let myself go on a walk around like the building or whatever and just kind of like let thoughts come to me. I find that not being on my phone just in general helps with this, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays have a constant impulse to just check their phone. Whether it's in a social situation and you feel awkward, or like, I don't know, just whatever it might be. But I find that the more detached from my phone I am, the more like thoughts are able to flow. And I guess that led me to just making this video, honestly, right? Like, I was literally just gonna shower and go to work, but like, I had these ideas flowing, whatever, and now here I am making a YouTube video about it. But anyway, yeah. So this was just a rant about intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. This was my experience with it. The TLDR is that I'm going to keep making YouTube videos as I can, because I wasn't putting my all into it, so I just wanted to put it on pause. But if it's something that I want to do, like, I felt motivated to do this not because I watched freaking one of Hamza's videos or anything, because like it's a genuine message that I just want to put out there. And if it resonates with you, great. If you want to see more about self-improvement, lifestyle, engineering, because that's my career path at the moment, hit that subscribe. Freaking hit the like, you know, bullshit, whatever. And all right, I gotta go to work, so I will catch you guys on the next one.